And we're recording. Mitchy Steez, nice to see you today on this beautiful, beautiful day. Question for you, Bub. Have you ever heard of the word empathy before?
Yeah, I have. This should be good to see where this is going.
Well, no, here's the thing, man. I'm over here and I first and foremost up early, got ready. My computer gives me this spinning beach ball of death for a half an hour. And I'm updating Mitchy Steez left and right. Text, communication, emails, fax, fucking carrier pigeon. What's he do? He calls me up. He's like, "Hey, Bob, I'm open at the Zoom." And I'm like, "Mitchy Steez, I'm over here." Kid has no empathy. He can't see a situation from Antony Paisan's. He can't walk a mile in my shoes. Mitch, any commentary on that?
No, this is AQT with Mitchy Steez presented by Fine Line Sports. Go ahead and check out our friend Dave.
You're not going to acknowledge it.
201-503.
Our corporate sponsors are important, Mitchy, but I think personal.
503-4151. 201-503-4151. Tell them the Next Gen D-Gens sent you, and they'll get you hooked up real quick.
I think personal
my thoughts on that are that it's just my thoughts on that are that you're just an absolute idiot, and you just set yourself up for failure, where you just make the biggest deal ever out of me wanting to push back the call 30 minutes, and then I'm ready to go. You're like, "Oh, well, it was 10:03. I was ready." Yeah. So then I text you at 9:57. Excuse me, let me speak your language. 8:57 Central Time, and I said, "Hey, we ready to go, Bob?"
Word in my mouth.
Didn't hear anything back from you. So then I got onto the Zoom right at 10, and I was waiting for you to start the Zoom, waiting for you to start the meeting, and then you did your classic. You did the classic. Let's see here. Are you on the Zoom?
Yeah, I was asking if you were on the Zoom because I was on the Zoom and you weren't on the Zoom.
No, you were not. If you would have started one, I would have been in the waiting room.
Wait, what did it say in the beginning? What did it say in the beginning?
Waiting for host to start the meeting.
Wait, but who was the host? Oh, you know what? I bet you joined number one superfan Beefland Zoom again, didn't you? This was an issue the last couple of weeks. You have to join my Zoom. See, Beefland, I know we have a striking resemblance, but you have to join Antony Paisan Zoom, not Beefland Zoom.
All right, I'll take a video and put it up on my story next time of the Zoom that I'm looking at, and then what it ends up being on, because it's on. I don't know why. I don't know why it is, but it's on Superfan Beeflands.
Yeah, well, sometimes you can have linked accounts. To this, and this morning, you probably just jumped on Beeflands, not mine.
No, I did stay on Beeflands until you got there, and I don't know why you used a fan's account, but I stayed on it.
I don't think so.
On Beeflands, I didn't have to exit and get to a new one. I just had to wait for you to start the Zoom.
I don't think so.
It's nice of Superfan Beeflands to sponsor the show that way, though, and allow us to use his premium Zoom for sure.
Premium, babe. He's a premium kid. But yeah, shout out Fine Lines. Fine Lines represents the best in all of sports books, which blows me away why the fuck they're involved with Mitchy Steez. Mitchy Steez is a bum. He's always been a bum. He will forever be a bum. And guess what? He's currently a bum. He's a bum. Spell it B-U-M, bum. Let's see. Are the letters bum in Miami basketball? There's B. There's M. There's no U. Okay. So he's a bum, though. He's a bum. Let's see here. Any other commentary? Fine Line Sports, though, Mitch. Let's talk about our corporate sponsors. I think I've won this argument. It's in the bag. It's okay. We're going to move past it. I'm a champion. That being said, Fine Line Sports is the best sports book out there, Mitchy Steez. I'm winning all sorts of money. And by that, I mean I've given Dave thousands of dollars probably.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually winning money and doing well. I had a bad weekend, a couple tough losses, but things are going well, and it's just it's a lot of fun to work with Dave. He's very, very it's an easy book to use for sure.
Very easy.
Yeah, it's not even close to other things that I
listen to this, Mitchy Steez. Listen to this. I've taken out $400 this week. I had 1,000. I put 1,000 in probably 2 weeks, like a week or two ago, and normally I lose that in like 2 days. Because I'm a piece of shit. But listen to this. I'm doubled it because I'm at $1,600 and I've already taken out 400. So I've doubled it. And this week, Mitchy Steez up $820, which I don't know how that math works, but either way, we're up there. That's probably give or take 100. But either way, not a bad week, Mitchy Steez. Not a bad week. Yesterday, we bet on the Yankees. That was an all-time roller coaster. Holy shit. 0-2 in the series against the Rays. They get murdered in the first one, and it was super annoying too. You know what? I was just thinking about this. You know what the NFL needs to fucking do? One thing I love about baseball is the in-game interviews with the game managers and the owners. I think that's so fun. Now they can do that because there's a lot of slower parts. I fucking love that though. I would love if during like a Bengals game or a Dolphins game, like Stephen Ross had a little headset and he was talking about the development of Tua Tagovailoa. Or who's your owner? Brown, Mike Brown.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to hear from Mike.
Yeah, if Mike Brown is just like pennies or whatever, right? Because he's a notoriously cheap owner. Mitchy Steez, that was a joke. Doesn't like to spend money on free agents, which we heard, big contracts. But also, only team without an indoor practice facility. What a cheapskate piece of shit. Anyways, I would love in-game interviews with the head coach, maybe the quarterback that just threw the game-winning touchdown, or maybe like the touchdown right before the halftime, whatever. I think that'd be fun because they're going to do that anyway. But I think
that would be the end of the game.
That'd be the end of the post-game. But I want like mid-game. I want mid-game. Anyways, the Yankees.
I like it. I don't know though. What do you think about? Because like the NBA, there's been some gold there. Popovich has made it. He's had his little signature where he's giving short answers and things like that. I don't know how familiar you are with that since you just started watching basketball.
He's like, no, I'm a lifetime basketball. He's like Bill Belichick, right? Greg Popovich.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, just in that he's short with them. I don't know. Anyway, I just think that like for a fast-paced game, and when it's like intense and right in the middle of it, and then because the NBA does right before they do right before the fourth quarter, and it just never feels like the guys actually want to be interviewed. So I don't know if that matters or not, but I agree. It's cool to hear from him, but baseball definitely lends itself to the format that they can do that.
That's the point. Well, no. Here's the thing: the other, not even like not necessarily the fucking the head coach, but like during that first Yankees-Ray game, the owner was talking. He was talking about like how COVID's impacted and how excited he is to see the fans back. Like the owner is someone who definitely wants to talk because the owner's not. But it was so frustrating because I had money on the Yanks in the first game, and he's just sitting there talking, and then the guy would get a base hit, and he's like, "Yeah." Anyways, yeah, back to your question. And then the guy would get hit with a pitch, and he's like, "Oh, yeah." And I'm like, "You piece of shit. I'm gambling on this game. I don't want to hear your reaction. It's so stupid." Anyways.
Yeah. No, I feel like I had the same. Yeah. What's up?
The presidents of the ball club, the CEO, maybe some financial people, they can promote upcoming events in the Miami area or at the stadium. I think it'd be good. It's tough, though, because of the fast-paced nature of the NFL. But there's also drives where, like, it's slow as shit.
In the NFL?
3 and outs?
Well, yeah, but it's just kind of tough to – it's tough to gauge, like, when you're at that point. In baseball, it's like every inning is relatively slow. But I don't know. I think dabbling with it, seeing what it would look like wouldn't be – what could it possibly hurt? People are like, I don't like that, and then they switch it. I don't think there's any problem with it. I did have the same experience, though, yesterday. I've had a heck of a time trying to stream Reds games. And thanks to you, actually. I found a site that I didn't find it. I just used the one that you found. Anyway, Reds Diamondback. No
free shout-outs, but
Reds is playing. But sportsurge.net.
Sportsurge.net. That's sportsurge.net. They are not paying us. Actually, no, they are. They're corporate sponsors. They pay us a lot of money. Go check them out. Friends of the show.
Yes, absolutely. But I hopped in Reds D-backs, and the Reds have been playing really well, obviously. They had their 6-game winning streak snapped on Saturday, and then got smacked again on Sunday. So yesterday, I which was Sunday, I checked in. I'm like, oh, sweet, I can actually stream it. And it got ugly pretty quick. And the announcers, literally, I was doing a little meal prepping, a little cooking. And I had in the background, I had the laptop over here. I looked away for a second. And I just hear the crack of the bat. And the announcer is literally just like, "See you later." And I looked back and like, oh no, it was like a 3-run homer, just dagger. So
I put 200 on each one of those Diamondback games, but I did D-backs plus 1.5 both times. Big winners only, baby.
On those last two?
The last two, yeah. Not the first 6. The last 2, though. It was pretty good. D-backs have been maybe some money this year so far. I bet them once in their Rockies series and twice now. Bing, bang, boom. They killed the Reds, Mitchy. The Reds are a bunch of bums. Those red legs, huh?
I think they've won either 3 or 4 total games. So you have really the Diamondbacks.
I've milked that cow.
Yeah, you've nailed that.
Greatest gamblers of all time.
Look, here's the thing. This is really catching up with us because we got to talk about this guy, Deshaun Watson. Here's the thing. I pull up ESPN.com and like we're so far behind. I mean, we've completely dropped the ball on talking about this guy, but there is something new coming out that says there's dual narratives around Watson's many massages. This video starts with a little.
Oh boy, there's video now?
There's a video that just starts with a camera focused on a massage table for dramatic effect. Now they're showing candles. I really need the sound on this for some context here. But
I'll let you share the screen here, Bob. Let you share the.
Okay, you just going.
Okay. Share that screen. Now we might get a little copyright infringement. No, it's all ESPN. We don't get copyright off this.
No.
On ESPN.com is showing the diddling in action.
No, it's not showing that. It's just showing. It's showing Watson. It's showing. Okay, so this is a problem. Now this is going to be us.
You bum! Hit the fucking mic right to the right of the play button.
You actually want to listen to the video on our show as well? I was just trying to gather some information.
Oh, I thought you wanted the sound on.
No, I know how to play sound. All right.
Thanks.
Didn't sound like you did.
This is lawsuit states Watson purposely touched plaintiff's hand with the tip of his genitals.
Hey now.
She says she was scared and started crying, only wanted Watson to leave, and that Watson told her, "I know you have a career and a reputation, and I know you would hate for someone to mess with yours, just like I don't want anyone messing with mine."
I got into massage therapy to heal people.
All right, Mitch, this is going to get too sad. We shouldn't play the whole goddamn video.
That was my thought, you idiots. Like, hey, let's not actually watch this.
Poor woman. This poor, you think the fans can go to the website and you're making them, come on.
You're the one that made him listen to it. I was trying to gather if there was any new info that we're missing. I was like, oh, okay. She said it became apparent he only wanted to have sex. Okay, look.
Here's my question for you, Mitchy Steez. She just said that stuff happened, right? I know you got a career and you touched the tip of her hand to the pee-pee and all. How do you prove that, Mitchy Steez? How do you prove that?
I don't know. And look, he's publicly denied it. All the people that are close to him are like, I just, I cannot fathom him doing this. Let's see. He booked a discounted $55 massage. Hey, I'm not saying guys don't do things like this.
I do that.
Oh, you do that?
No, I don't do that. But I go to a Groupon. Groupon's got last massage.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, this guy's worried about a discount. Anyway,
hey,
okay. So he's publicly denied it. Yet to offer a detailed defense. It's just, what's your detailed defense other than what they're saying isn't true? Let's see here. This is great content for the show.
By the way, aren't these all in civil court, meaning like no charges have been brought against him yet?
Right. So his attorney.
Does he even have to defend himself? These are just fucking human beings who don't, 2 of which are only showing their face out of the 22. These are just people making allegations publicly. That's it. Right?
Yeah. And this is what his attorney's saying. Hey, Watson's being targeted with a new model of extortion. He typically receives 2 or 3 massages a week. Any sexual activity with therapists who say he assaulted them was consensual. Man, oh man.
Wait. And we'll go back to just 2 seconds. So wait. And any sexual, so he says Watson typically receives 2 or 3 a week in any sexual activity with therapists who say he assaulted them was consensual. Oh, so there is some physical contact between these ladies.
So he's saying that that's what I think, if he is innocent, is the most most likely thing is that this was actually consensual. In many cases, maybe that one person or two thought, not saying that it wasn't, the one or two makes it okay. I'm saying they got uncomfortable, they came out, and then this is what his case is that, or the lawyer's case is that this is a new model of extortion, that a couple people felt uncomfortable about the situation, and they said, ooh, I can sue him for that. And then 20 other people were like, oh, I've also given him massages and done stuff with him, so I'm going to jump on this train. Again, no clue. I have flipped on this multiple times.
I think unless proof comes out, I think you've just, because I think I've made, obviously innocent until proven guilty, but I'm firmly on that. Mitchy Steez, this is, I don't want to come across as like it's a white male patriarchy, right, in our society, of course, naturally. Are you saying
you agree with what I was saying?
I think I wasn't really listening, but here's the point. Here's the thing. This is, I don't know about you, but from like my standpoint, from like a sexual standpoint, this is a male's worst nightmare. I really think it is. This is like one of my worst nightmares. This situation is like, you have a consensual get together, we'll call it, right? And then a few years later, bing, bang, boom, got raped or whatever, right? With no proof behind it. This is like actually one of my worst nightmares. This is why this is terrifying stuff. If it turns out that he's a good guy and innocent and all that stuff, but
dude, I mean, look,
that's terrifying.
I gotta go with the innocent until proven guilty, and it's not to say, look, 155 times he could have done nothing wrong and it could have been consensual, and one time he really crossed the line and it was really bad. So I'm not saying, but like it's kind of the same. So I'm not saying that just because a bunch of people say he didn't do that means that he's never done it. It really gets convoluted with as I'm trying to like phrase this, but I think that the 22 lawsuits, people are using the exact or like the same line of thinking in an opposite way, to be like 22 people saying this means he definitely did it, right? And it's like, that's not true either necessarily. So look at this. This is what I think. 22 lawsuits and 6 interviews with 6 other women who have massaged Watson reveal complex portrait of a man on a seemingly insatiable hunt for massage therapy, and of 2 groups of women. One says he's a menacing sexual predator, and one group that suggests his actions must have been grossly misunderstood. I mean, oh my goodness. This is going to be a year-long story, minimum. I don't know how long it takes to 9 of the 22 are licensed massage therapists, while the rest are either working toward massage licenses or what?
Don't look into that too much. Every state has different, because I actually studied this in high school. I actually wanted to go. I'm not joking. I actually wanted to go into that field. I got magic thumbs, bitch. Yeah, I like that. But no, every state has different requirements. Like New York, you have to do like 1,000 hours or something like that. Some states literally have 0 requirements. So it's not like a schooling thing. It's like a shadowing kind of thing. So don't look into that too deep, Mitchy Steez. All right.
I'm not looking too deep. I'm just, every time something else comes out, I'm like, a lot of my thought around the whole thing is like the lead up to it. I think the lead up to it is really important. How he reached out to these people,
on Instagram, which is a little bit weird. Also, I will say this: it was a little bit weird because it's not abnormal for a professional athlete to get multiple massages a week and all that stuff. But you'd think you'd have like a favorite person, right? You think you'd have like 55 different people. Like that's a little bit suspect. That being said, innocent until proven guilty, but that's a little.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's incredibly insane. And then, so it's saying there's 18 women that have given him a total of over 130 massages. I think and they're all saying they're all defending him, but it is also like, dude, in the past 5 years, you have 22 different people that have massaged you that are saying that there was some wrongdoing. You have another 18 that have combined for, these are incredible numbers. This is like, he has to be doing this like almost every single day when he has a paid, really good staff of trainers and all that, right? That's one thing that's really weird about it for sure.
I had a joke lined up. I'm not going to say it out of respect. I'm not going to do it, Mitchy.
For the past year, his behavior occurred at least monthly. All right. Anyway, that was our bi-weekly.
No, we haven't covered it yet, which is why I'm so happy we have, because that's a lot of information, right? Where do you think he's going to?
I was going to say. In the meantime, let's get past all the scrum here. Yeah. Let's say Watson does get back to football. What uniform is he putting on?
I mean, with how our society operates, I don't know if at this point, I don't know if it will. I don't know why they a uniform, which is crazy to say, but at this point, I'd say he's probably going to be on the Texans. He'll probably be unable to play since he's on the suspension list, so he'll probably just stay on the roster. I would imagine that's my guess at this point, since obviously the Panthers picked up Darnold, 49ers traded up to 3.
Now, can the Texans?
No, the Texans. He's on the suspension list right now from the NFL. I mean, nothing. He can't move even if he wanted to.
Right. But is he being paid still?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Because that is one thing that I think is complete BS. Is that okay? There should be something in place. There has to be where he's still getting paid. If people just make accusations about you and you can just stop getting paid, like, you know what I mean? If he's not going to be able to play because of the legal proceedings, does that also mean that
I think that lawyer's got a good point. This is a new model for extortion. I think it's just now. Well, then again, I think about it this way. Let's say, for example, you witness a murder from like the cartel. Would you want to make your face public? Maybe not. So, but the whole point.
I know, but dude, that's a very, very different. I get your point.
Well, not necessarily, because think about it from this standpoint. Obviously, the country's pretty split on this. I'd say 50% of people are on each side. I think we're kind of in the middle, leaning towards common sense, which is innocent until proven guilty, because that's like how our justice system works. But think about this though. A woman can you imagine the amount of hot shit these two women who have revealed their faces have gotten so far? Tweets, Instagram, social media, letters, death threats. I can only imagine, right? So I can understand not wanting to do it, but it's kind of like you have to have skin in the game if you're going to make an accusation like that.
Yeah, you know? You have to. Because I agree with you. There's so much like backlash. Oh my gosh. Like you have to get, I mean, then it's almost like the same concept. If you come out and say it, and then all of a sudden, I was going to say, you almost have to get off social media and not look at anything, but then people will say the same thing. Oh, you're hiding. What? And it's like, well, I don't want people to have no idea what they're talking about to say. But yeah, I think we are in the middle. I mean, I'm mostly just like, I get frustrated with people that, you know, if you take the guy's side here, it's like, I'm not taking his side. I'm on the side of hoping that like rape didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, and it hasn't been proven yet. So I'd rather not like convict this guy before it's even happened. And hopefully, I mean, as much as we say them accusing him, if it's false, is just as bad as the actual, or close to as bad, it's not. They should be punished big time. But I would way rather, just to feel good about the world, have that be the case where, hey, they were making it up and they're shitty for it, and put them in jail for a couple of years, which they probably won't if that does happen. But, you know, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at, because it's like there's like we even highlighted. I think we have been a little leaning towards trying to clear his name, because I think he just seems like a good guy, and you hope it didn't happen like that. But
well, this is why Mitchy. This is why you should just never do anything sexual with anything ever once you have money ever. Because like, I mean, think about it from this standpoint. I mean, like, yeah, I get it. Like, if you know, things go down in massages, I guess, right? And if you're doing it off Instagram, there might be some innuendo there and maybe some expectations, right? Professional, you know, who knows? But man, oh man, you got to keep that thing in your pants once you get to a certain level. That's wackadoo, man. That's crazy. Stay with me here for a second, Mitchy Steez. When you were a single man, which you know you're not, of course, right? Committed relationship. When you were a single man, if an attractive woman ever made a move on you, right? You know, made a move, essentially a risky text, right? Would you ever turn that down?
a risky text.
Yeah, a female approaches you, like makes a move as a confident person and start something. Would you ever be like, no? Like you're attracted to her, you know?
I would say in general, probably not.
You probably would go with it, right?
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. It's the differences between men and women. It's such a tricky situation. And women, you know, lefty liberal women will, you know, go up in arms about this, but it's like it's kind of difficult being a guy in most of these situations, man. Mm-hmm. It's like, how are you supposed if you it's a real dicey situation for exactly what's happening here. If what they're saying is true and anything that did happen was consensual. Very tricky, very dicey. You almost want to get a fucking consent form like they did in South Park. You know, have you ever seen the South Park episodes?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. And the same, it's kind of what the NDA type thing is too. But then with the consent form, then it's like people can make that look bad too. Oh, he made him sign a non-disclosure. It's like, I think these guys are like not sure what to do, honestly. And again, we're not saying he didn't do anything wrong, because anybody that gets mad about this, it's like none of us were there, guys. There were two people there, Deshaun Watson and somebody that he asked to come massage him. Nobody knows. It's all speculation. But you know what I mean? Where he's like, and then in that comment, I mean, the way it reads is bad, right? Him saying, you know, hey, it reads like he's in a movie scene, like fading, like he's like in the shadows and he's talking to her and saying like, yeah, I don't think you'd want anything bad to happen, right?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know that he necessarily said it like that. It's like, it's out of context and we don't really see it. We just see the words, but that one, that looks bad. The number of massages this guy is seeking out, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know, Mitchy Steez. That's tricky. It's tricky stuff, Mitchy Steez. It's tricky stuff. Here's what I'll say. When this show blows up and I've got multiple trillions of dollars in my pocket, and I've cut you out of the equation well before that point, obviously, so I can be a little underground bridge troll and collect all the money naturally. Here's what I'm going to do. Every time I have a sexual encounter, here's what I'm going to do. There's going to be a consent form that the other person has to sign. And also, I'm going to have to record the entire thing. And, naturally, that's the only way to get out of these situations, right?
Yep.
I'd say so. Thanks for being in agreement with me. You disagree with that. I just want that on the record.
Good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. What are your thoughts on other football stuff?
Other football stuff?
And also, what are your thoughts?
I'm really excited about what's up.
What?
What'd you just say?
So, what are your thoughts on empanadas?
Don't know what that is.
Look, you like an empanada?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what an empanada is?
No.
It's a Mexican dish.
It sounded like that, but I wasn't. That would have been my actual guess.
You never had an empanada?
Haven't had an empanada. I was going to say I'm very excited about the draft coming up.
It is April fucking whatever. You've never heard of an empanada? This is not a bit. I'm actually really curious. So you're a 35, you're an old person who's lived in America, surrounded by Mexican food, and you've never even fucking heard of what an empanada is. You know what a burrito is. You know what a taco is. You've never heard of an empanada.
I've heard, yeah. Yeah.
I'm blown away.
Hey, what is it, man?
I don't really know either, but it's pretty good. I've had them before. They're pretty good. It's like fucking, there's like beans and it's like wrapped up and they put shit on it. They put like a sauce on it. So it's not like it's like a dirty dish, but you got to eat it with like a knife and fork usually. Not dirty in terms of like, like the dirty, but like it's a messy dish. It's usually some sort of sauce, rice, maybe some chicken or pork, I think. I'm making it up at this point, but I know it's wrapped up. I know there's some sort of sauce. They're pretty good. Wait, no. I'm thinking of empanadas are like little half circles, and the sides are pinched, I think. That might be a pierogi though, but I'm pretty sure it's like a Mexican pierogi, I think.
Well, hey, I aspire.
There's good stuff.
I aspire at one point to have the breadth of knowledge that you have in any topic about empanadas. That was really great. So
NFL draft, Mitchy Steez.
Yeah, I'm excited about the draft, but there's really just not much going on football wise in general. We're at a little kind of a dead spot in sports, right? Because it's like, okay, if you're a baseball fan, I'm still excited, and the Reds have looked good to start. But you had a little bit of that, like opening day, you get excited. Yeah. And then it's like the first week, you're still like, oh, let's see what type of team we have. And that's kind of cooled down a little bit. NBA and NHL, there's playoff races going on, that's for sure. We still got a little bit of time till that really heats up. And then for the NFL, it's I don't want to say just the draft because the draft's important, but that really is all we have. Anyway, I've seen a bunch of different mock drafts where I've seen at this point every feasible scenario of what the Bengals could do. I think that both of our teams, Bengals, Dolphins, are in a good spot.
Hell of a spot, baby.
Hey, here's one thing I wanted to ask you about here that we haven't talked about. Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
This has been known for a while. We just didn't get around to talking to it. Not a captain. By the way, one of the UC Bearcats players went into the transfer portal, and he's going to BYU. Makes no sense. Just irritating. Bearcats coach fired, by the way. It's just a complete trash show right now. The only reason why that AD
shit show.
Oh wow, yeah. Cuss.
Heck.
Heck. What looking for the word for it. It's awful.
Darn it. Heck it. You'd be an adult. Grow up.
Anyway, Zach Wilson, not a captain, as the quarterback. Like probably the best player on the team.
I feel like that's going to be pretty hard to do in college football, not be a captain as a quarterback. When you're going to
teams want to take him number 2. Maybe you look into it and it's just like, yeah, it didn't matter as much. And we had other guys that were vocal leaders and we went that route for but how do you not just, it's almost like you have to be somebody that's not very likable to not get that. I wouldn't be excited about it personally. I've seen him play probably 8 total minutes. It was when they were playing Coastal Carolina. They were both undefeated and scheduled that game. That was pretty cool. But I didn't even know who he was. I happened to see BYU on offense. I wasn't looking like, oh, this is like a prospect. All of a sudden, guy's a top 5 pick. So
yeah, I was kind of shocked by that. He was kind of seemed like a no-namer for a while there. And then all of a sudden, he's just like, yeah, he's going number fucking 2 to the Jets because he had a good throw at a pro day. It's just a weird situation. I don't know. I hope he fucking sucks. I hope he throws 4 picks a game. He's going to the fucking Jets. Those guys fucking. I hope he's the next Ryan Leaf. Fuck you. What's his name again? Zach Wilson. Fuck you, Zach Wilson. You bum. If he goes to the 49ers, I'll probably be a fan. He's a likable guy. He's got a nice smile. He's got a good arm. He seems like a nice guy. But if he goes to the Jets, he's the next Adolf Hitler. I tell you that right now, Mitchy Steez. Guy's a bum. So it depends. My opinion of him will change depending on where he's drafted. And I'm gonna make stark comments and remarks about a 20-year-old Mormon kid at BYU. You fucking cat! I'm not wearing socks. Jesus Christ!
Look at this. Sorry, I'm not going to share my screen, but wide receiver Chase is open to reunion with Bengals Burrow.
Yeah.
Oh, really? He's open to getting drafted 5th overall in the NFL draft and playing with Joe Burrow? Yeah, no doubt. But
stop it. He's playing with my leg right now.
Hey, right now, gun to head, you have to take the one guy that you think will still be there.
Peter Schrager's a bum. I'll tell you that right now, by the way, Mitch. He's a bum. In his latest mock draft, he had quarterback, Jamar Chase or Lamar Chase, Jamar. I don't care. It's like Jamar Chase at number 6. He had the Dolphins taking Slater, the second best offensive tackle after Sewell. No Kyle Pitts, no Devontae. What a fucking trash head bum Peter Schrager is. And here's what I'll say, Mitchy Steez. If the Miami Dolphins are at 6 and we take Rashawn Slater, I am going to walk into traffic. I am going to die. I don't want to go into too much graphic detail, but I'm going to kill myself. All right. I'm going to do it. Not a fucking chance I'm alive if they fucking skip. Here's what I want. Gun to my head. Kyle Pitts. He's generational talent. Wide receivers like Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, whatever. They come around once every couple of years, every year or two, right? There's crops, right? You've got the CeeDee Lambs, you've got the Jerry Jeudy's last year. I think that's going to be a really good crop in a year or two once they start to develop a little bit.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had a generational tight end prospect that could catch, run like a gazelle, run block? The guy's a stud. I want Kyle Pitts. Gun to my head.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. What do you know about Sewell that you also know about Slater that makes you so angry? I feel like Slater, he's a projected top 10 pick, number 2 tackle. I don't know why that would be so bad to get a little extra protection for Tua. Give him another split second back there.
This draft's got some good offensive line depth though. We've got the number fucking 6 pick. We can get an offensive. We can get a top prospect at 18 if we need to. Number 6, you need to get. I mean, come on, man. You got to get to. If you watched Dolphins offense last year, which I know you probably didn't, I did a lot. Unfortunately, we fucking suck. There's this much separation at any given play between one of our receivers and the defensive back. We need a guy who can get separation and get fucking open so Tua can have someone to throw to, man. So,
who's the best receiver on that team right now?
Devontae Parker. I'd say Parker.
Oh gosh.
Mike Gesicki is a close second, I would say. And then third is tricky because we've got like 17 fucking, the Bears had like 46 tight ends on their roster at one point last year. We've got like 47 wide receivers. It's crazy. We have so many. And they all are fucking, if this was Madden, they'd all be 74 overall. They're so average, Mitchy Steez. God.
But if you, man, that's tough.
That's why you take Kyle Pitts. You need a guy, and Mike Gesicki's good. He makes.
I would love Kyle Pitts. Oh my goodness. Whew.
I think you guys. Well, you guys already have a couple good receivers. I wouldn't be shocked if you guys take Pitts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a tough spot. It's rich. It's water everywhere. It's an embarrassment of riches. I wish if the Dolphins could have 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, that'd be pretty fun. But I don't think we can do that.
Dude, I think I do. The more that I actually put myself in your shoes on it, though, like I don't know anything about Sewell or Slater, honestly. Like I just know that they're both rated high as offensive tackles, which honestly I think that's what most people know. But I just put myself in your shoes of like, what if the Bengals could take Pitts or Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase or Sewell and they take Slater? That would hurt. Now he could be a 10-year.
He could be the next Anthony Munoz. Munoz. How do you pronounce it?
Munoz.
Munoz.
Well, he could, right? And you never know. But yeah, that would suck.
How embarrassing is that for you guys? That you're number one, like for us, it's Dan Marino, arguably the best skills-wise, the best quarterback in NFL history. The guy.
Okay, what's the first thing everybody thinks about when they think about Dan Marino?
No Super Bowls, right? Yeah, which is
exactly.
From a skill standpoint, the guy had a release that no other human being on planet Earth could replicate. From a skills base, the guys. Now that being said, the Dolphins surrounded him with shit talent, no defense, and every game finished fucking 56-52 because it's tough. You guys, however, what's your legacy? A fucking tackle. How embarrassing is that, Mitchy Steez? Any commentary?
Yeah, I would argue that there are a few other guys that would come to mind if anybody is like a football historian at all.
Yeah, name the top 3 Bengals players of all time. Anthony Munoz, that's number 1.
Top 3 of all time is
all time.
Tough. I mean, Ken Anderson was a hell of a quarterback. So was Boomer Esiason. Ickey Woods would be up there. You give me no time, and I gotta go top 3 ever.
Well, that is tough. That's a tough one.
I mean, now, and did they have to be in the 60s, 70s, or 80s to be in the all-time? Because I don't know. I'd say Chad Johnson put up some pretty damn good numbers. Corey Dillon was a hell of a running back with no team around him. I mean, he broke the single-game rushing record. He was a stud for years. Willie Anderson as a tackle, left tackle. Andrew Whitworth.
Yeah, I take it back. That's an impossible question. That's impossible.
Yeah, it's an impossible question, and it's also like. It's also not, I wasn't proving anything there. Like there's so many guys on an NFL roster. Who's
your number one? Who's the blue chip? Who's the number one? For us, it's Dan Marino. He's the Lord and Savior, right? For you guys, it's Anthony.
Yeah, it'd be Anthony Munoz. but tackle like to be that good as an.
It's a fucking tackle. How lame is that? No skill involved.
This has been the show of you suddenly forgetting that tackle and like offensive line is actually those are like the most important positions.
It is pretty important, but I think we got a decent line right now, you know. And also,
well, you know what? Hey, you're right. I hope that one day I can look back on Joe Burrow's career and talk about how talented he was, that we never got an offensive line or anything else around him. And he's one of the best quarterbacks ever to never do anything and lose by 100 in his final game in the playoffs. I hope that he has that legacy.
100.
It'd be really great.
62 to, it was like 50.
3? Wasn't it like, yeah.
It was, I think it was like 62 to 10 or something. 62 to 7, 13.
I'm going to.
Look, it was 62. I remember. I hate the number 62. That is so bad, dude. Imagine going to 62. I'm gonna say 62 to 13 is my guess. 62 to 10. 62 to 7. No, there's a 3. There's a field goal. 10. 62 to 13.
62 to 13.
That was my guess. Was it right?
No, you're guessing still. I thought you were finding it too.
No, I'm just
looking. This person is this is you would have thought Mitchy wrote this, honestly. This person's get to the point here.
Get to the point. Long-winded Mitchy.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Google Dan. Are you not a good Googler? Just Dan Marino.
Oh, Dan Marino. It's a full article about it. Dan Marino, in like a lion, out like a lamb.
Fuck off.
Oh my. Let's see. I mean, this is just, I mean, they're showing, these are great highlights. Okay, here we go. The Miami Dolphins lost 62 to 7. That huge deficit came as a result of a horrible first half plagued by poor defense and numerous turnovers. Marino had 2 interceptions, a fumble, and was sacked hard. He never managed to get his feet under him after that. The Jags walked all over.
I was going
to say, and to lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Had they been afraid? That was 1999.
No, the Jaguars were like 4 years. No, but they were really. That was the Fred Taylor. That was the Tom Coughlin. Like that was the.
They were good. It was Mark Brunell. Blah blah blah. But hey, Dan Marino. Do you want to guess how many passing yards he had?
I think he had more incompletions than passing yards or something.
No. That wouldn't be possible. He had 95.
He had like 4 picks, 2 fumbles. It was fucking bad, dude. And the Jags defense, holy Christ. The Jags offense just fucking ran. Dude, they could score at will. That was an ugly game. I've seen them. It hurts to watch.
I also rag on him more because he's just a complete jerk. I have now. I know you're gonna get so mad because I'm talking about PMT, but here's why PMT is so great is I cannot think of very many examples of somebody that goes onto their show and I exit without being like, wow, I really like them now. That's like become their thing, right? Even if it's somebody like that's a lot of people don't like Joe Buck. I like Joe Buck, but a lot of people didn't like Joe Buck. And they're like, oh my gosh, we hate, like their fans are like, we hate you, PFT and Big Cat, because you now make me like Joe Buck, right? They do that. Okay. They're known for that. Dan Marino was the biggest dick I've ever seen. They had him on. Did you see that?
I've never seen it. It was this. I'm going to fucking punch his cat in the face. Well, he is gripped into my leg. He's gripped into my leg. I'm not wearing pants right now, you fucking cat. Oh, God. He doesn't realize he's got claws sometimes. No, I've never seen it. Dan Marino was on PMT?
He was. So they had people, I think it was a Super Bowl week. And they had him onto like this little bus or whatever. And they were kind of crammed in there, but like everybody else they brought on had fun with it. And he was just the worst. Like I heard AJ Green, one of my all-time faves, on their show. And he was really bad because he's not like a funny guy. He's just kind of like bland and whatever, but he wasn't a dick. Like Dan Marino was like the only one, like they tried to joke with him about something. And he's like, we're not talking about that. And like he was like, I wish he hadn't told me. No, I wish he hadn't told me that because no, Dan Marino's the nicest guy ever. He's an all-time great guy. I don't want to, but Dan Marino's kind of notorious for being a little bit of a dick at times. So yeah, there's that one. That's fine, but that's fine if he was like that and he brought that to the game, like a Kobe RIP, right? Like a Kobe where he's like so intense, you know, and he pissed people off, but he pushed you. Well, that's fine. But you get out and you're like interviewing these guys that their shows like joking around and you can't even like, I don't know, dude.
Well, like there's a clip of him back in like the 90s, or I think it was the 90s, and it was like for a promo or something. He's like, DiGiorno's Pizza. I'm just making up a brand. But DiGiorno's Pizza comes out the oven hot. And he's like doing the ad read or whatever, and he's wearing the dolphin. It's like a live thing back then, and he like messed up a little bit of a word at the end. And the guy was like, actually, he messed it up just at the end there. Can we do it one more time? And he does it again, and he gets it a little bit better, but it's a little bit off. And he's like, can we just redo that? He's like, nope, fuck it. Nope, fuck it. Send it in. Fuck it. Send it in. That's like that. That's like an all-time Marino classic. It's like, nope, fuck it. So, actually, we got to pull this up right now. I have to pull this up.
Yeah. Okay. I want to see that too.
You say words. I'm going to do this.
Well, these types of videos too, I get excited for because like, I know, like, I'm just excited to see what it looks like because when was this? The early 90s? Like it's like it's type of video that feels like there shouldn't even be footage of it. Like that's what it looks like. So I'm excited about that for sure. Let me see if I don't think there's anything. Hey, I think we did a pretty decent job given that there's really not that much news, and the only news was from somebody that we've already talked about 5 minutes.
No, it's only a 2-second. It's only a 2. So this is at the end of the ad read. It's only like a 2-second clip. I thought it'd be a little longer, but it's fine. This is an all-time clip. You see this?
Oh my goodness, this is perfect.
This is one of my favorite clips.
Perfect. Fuck it, send it in.
That's at the end.
Wait. Hey, go to the minute 7 one that says Dan Marino's a savage.
This is it. This is probably it.
You'll get round-trip airfare and tickets to a game, a complete uniform, and a chance to meet me. Stay tuned. I'll have details on how to enter, and we'll be announcing a winner later tonight.
Okay, it's a little long, and I think flubbed on that.
Did not flub at all.
I didn't flub.
There was no fucking flub.
There was no fucking flub.
It was not a flub. No, come on, let's do it. Fuck it.
Okay. 25-second version, and action.
Hi, I'm Dan Marino from the Miami Dolphins. Welcome to Visa NFL Quarterback Club Week on. I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving day. We have more NFL action on this Sunday starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. But tonight,
he's cussing during it.
No, that's probably like some sort of That's probably like a network or something. He wasn't cussing. That's part of the read. It was probably like a network that they're posted. Come on, grow up.
For a day.
Well, they didn't do it the first time.
Airfare and tickets to a game, a complete uniform, and a chance to meet me. Stay tuned. I'll have details on how to enter, and we'll be announcing a winner later tonight. Perfect. Fuck it, send it in. Nope. I don't want to see shit.
I'm not. I love that.
Yeah, you think that's a nice guy? I mean, it's funny.
Well, dude, he's a fucking Italian. He's a fucking, like, that's how Italians talk, you know? It's just like, gabagool, and, you know, I don't want to know. There's no fucking fluff. There's no fucking fluff. Come on.
I thought it would have been significantly funnier if the second time he was like, no, the first time was fine. So he's like, yeah, so you can join us on fucking Sunday. But like, I thought he was dropping. There was no flub. There was no fucking flub. There was no flub whatsoever. No flub. I love it. Oh, man. Great stuff.
Mr. Steve, we got baseball. We don't give it. Baseball's a fun sport. Hockey's a fun sport. We already covered a bunch of football stuff. Fun fact: in this NFL draft, something will probably happen that's only happened 2 times in NFL history, where the first 3 picks are NFL quarterbacks. It's happened once in 1971, and I want to say once in 1999. Let me check. I'm gonna check that real quick. I know.
Yeah, that's great. I love that you added in NFL quarterbacks.
NFL quarterbacks. I think because that might happen this year too. It'll probably happen this year. 1971 draft had Jim Plunkett in it, and I think there were 2 other quarterbacks that went because Jim Plunkett went 1. That was an all-time Jim Plunkett. What a bust that turned into. Yeah, Boston Patriots picked up Jim Plunkett in 1971. Saints picked up Archie Manning, and Oilers picked up Dan Pastorini. 1, 2, 3 quarterback. I know in 1999, Tim Couch was drafted. Tim Couch went number 1 to the Browns. Donovan McNabb, number 2 to the Philadelphia Eagles. And Achilles Smith, number 3 to the Cincinnati Bengals, Mitchy Steez. So this year, it might happen again. It'll probably happen again. And my guess, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields. how did the 49ers pass on Justin Fields? I don't see how.
I don't think they do. Yeah.
People are saying Mac Jones. No.
It's tough for me to say. I was going to say, I think that the guarantee from you reading off those other ones is that at least one of those guys, if there's 3 straight quarterbacks, is going to be all-time terrible. Right? I mean, the likelihood of all 3 of them being really, really good, pretty low. But I think that it's hard to say that about Lawrence or Fields. I can't see either of those guys not being good in the NFL. Like, obviously it could happen, but they were so good.
1999 was tough because that was only 1 for 3. Philadelphia, McNabb was obviously the best of that. Tim Couch and Achilles Smith stunk.
Right.
But in 1971, all 3 of those are relatively good picks. Jim Plunkett was an all-time fucking bust for the Patriots, but then he turned it on with the Raiders. And he's one of the best. Not one of the
What was
best.
the third guy, though? I didn't recognize his name.
Dan Pastorini, which I don't know a ton
And
about.
how good of a career did Archie Manning really have?
Archie Manning was a really good quarterback on
bad teams.
Terrible, dude. They called themselves the Aints back then. They were fucking terrible.
Okay, but at least one of them not great was what my thought, kind of. And I think that was more coming from the Achilles Smith, because Donovan McNabb, Tim Couch, Achilles Smith. Yikes.
I mean, Dan Pastorini, I feel like he was around for fucking ever. I feel like he played for a bunch of teams. Well, he was. I don't think Dan Pastorini was a bad quarterback, though. I think he just wasn't. He was like a, I don't know. Like, would you consider Ryan Fitzpatrick a bad quarterback?
I thought you were going to go to Ryan Fitzpatrick. I just don't think that you can compare him to anybody because it's that special. But yeah, he could be like that. I would not consider Fitzpatrick a bad quarterback at all. No, not
But
bad.
he's not. But Fitzpatrick's not a great. He's a serviceable quarterback. He's been around, right?
Gosh, but I feel like when you look at his career, like all the different teams he played for, like none of them are teams that typically win. So he hasn't really ever been in a spot where like he's had great stuff around him. He's just been like that kind of backup guy, or he's like the interim head coach who doesn't really, get a chance to stick. I mean, I know he's gotten a bit of a chance at different.
I want to see him win a Super Bowl, man. I really do.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
It's so tough for me to say that too, because I used to fucking hate that guy for years.
Because he played,
for the Bills and the Jets he played for the Bills the longest, and he was on the Jets, and he beat us a few times. And like Fitzpatrick's a red rifle piece of shit punk. But I tell you what, man, if he played for the Bengals for a year, he would be your new favorite fucking. You might like him more than Joe Burrow. I'm not like it, I fucking miss the night that he got released.
He did play for the Bengals for a year. Isn't that incredible? That's how much he's.
Holy, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was back in like what 2000 fucking like that was early 2000. That was early years. No, that was
It was between Palmer and Dalton.
So what, like 2008, 9, 10? Because Dalton was 11.
Yeah, I think he was 2000. I think it was 2008, maybe.
Wow, that is a fucking wild stat that he's already played for the Bengals. Holy shit! But he wasn't like the Fitzpatrick then that he was now. I'd say the beard and all that stuff, and he didn't have like 46.
Well, the personas developed from him doing it for so long, right? But like, no, he was still just like he won us some games. He kept us in it. We were like 7-9. I mean,
he throws a fucking the worst throw you've ever seen in your life, and he makes a great throw, and he's just so back and forth.
Yeah, and then what's funny is that look at the decades that the Pats had with Brady, and this guy played for all 3 of the other teams in the division. Like, it's pretty difficult. I mean, I'm not saying he would have won a Super Bowl if he's in a different division, but like he could have gone a little further.
Dude, the night that he signed at the Redskins, though, football team. The night he signed at the football team, I literally I was at a bar, and I just sat at the bar, and I think I had like 4 Long Islands. I was just like, can I have a Long Island? And I just sat there and was fucking watching hockey. I was like legitimately torn up. I was like, fuck, I don't want. It's the one that got away.
Right. But I mean, you can't really feel like that. I mean, you gotta feel good about having Tua. I know we were.
Oh, I feel good about that, but like, man, it's like we had Fitzpatrick's like. How do you get rid of Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, I mean,
when Tua inevitably has a couple of dog shit games, it's like we got Fitzy, and it's like, no, what are we gonna have now? We're gonna have we got Jacoby Brissett now. Like that's he's a hell of a service. He's a hell of a back. He might be he might be a top 3 backup quarterback in the NFL.
True.
Yeah. Anyways, why don't we wrap this up, man? This, I'm trying my best to revive this. I think you're dragging over there. You're dragging, huh?
Yeah, it's my fault. We'll wrap this up. Thanks for tuning in. Another episode of AQT with Mitchy Steez presented by Fine Line Sports. Text 201-503-5141.
4151. Not a company man. This guy, not a company man. This guy, company man. 201-503-4151. Text it. 201-503-4151. All those numbers mentioned, you can do on one hand. Think about that. What are the sports
today? 21% free play.
When you mention what, Mitchy Steez?
Next gen D-Gens, boys.
No. You mentioned the what special.
Oh, mention the Lenny special.
Lenny special. By the way, that used to be a 20. I just will say this. I'm going to war for the listeners. I'm going to war for the subscribers. I'm going to war for the gamblers. That bonus used to be 20%. And I said, hey, Davey Fine Lines, what if we do the Lenny special 21%? Because I'm a piece of shit. I'm always finagling, right? Boom. Yeah. I got the 21% in the books. In the books.
Thank you.
Over here. It's a hostile takeover. I'm over here. Taking business is over, Mitch Steez.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Anyways, let's wrap this up. Any final commentary?
I would say, other than what the Reds are looking at doing for this upcoming week with, being in San Francisco for 3 and then